Hello and welcome to Serial Trash Talking. As always, we're your hosts, David and Rob, and tonight we are reviewing, as Rob is showing you, the frosted chocolatey churro Pop Tarts. We're also going to be getting into the QB Carousel and also briefly touching on JJ Watt. So let's, Rob, crack straight into it. I believe this is your first experience of Pop Tarts.
Certainly, DA, and I can't wait, my bro.
I mean, you've taken your first bite already. How are you
DA,
feeling about
these
it?
are all right. What
Yeah.
are these, my friend? What are these?
So as you can see, the classic frosting on top. It's got a massive kick of cinnamon there to it. And I mean, as always, you break into it, you see a bit of that chocolatey goodness. I'm going for the untoasted one first.
I'm actually quite a fan. I didn't think I would be. Calorie count was huge, but I'm kind of enjoying it.
So there's 400 calories in two of these Pop Tarts.
Oh, yeah. Okay, enough of that. So let's crack into it now. Enough of that. Okay, DA. Now, we've heard reports from ESPN's Adam Scheffler that there could be 18 new quarterbacks starting in the next NFL season. The likes of the 14 teams that haven't moved, such as Tampa Bay and Tom, the Chiefs with Mahomes. But the ones who are the most contentious, or we think are the most contentious, are these five. Now, these five would be Wentz, Watson, Darnold, Cam, and Jimmy G. Now, what can you tell me on Wency? Because I think Wency, he's been hot property for the last couple of days. You're trying to offload the baggage, but where can you put him?
Well, I mean, the two names that are being thrown out there at the moment are the Chicago Bears and the Indianapolis Colts. And I mean, by all accounts, it sounds like the Bears are going to throw the kitchen sink at him to get him. But I mean, it's an interesting point. The speculation around Wentz actually started a couple of years back when they went to the Super Bowl and they, by a miracle, beat the Patriots. And there was talk about we should keep Nick Foles at the Eagles. I mean, he was the QB that led them on that playoff route. Route. And
Wentz doesn't have the locker room. Boys don't like him, all that sort of stuff.
Exactly. So why would he go to the Bears where Nick Foles already is? So, I mean, it would mean Nick Foles is gone from there. I think these teams are throwing way too much. They're trying to pay 2017 rates for a 2020 poor performance from Wentz.
So it'll be fair to say you think Wentz is garbage?
Yep, I'll say he's garbage. I think he's overrated. Yep.
I'll put my hand up. I think he's garbage.
Yeah.
But in a sense, from a Cowboys point of view, I want the Eagles to keep him because I like them with garbage and I like them with that huge contract. So let's keep him there.
Well, that's right. I mean, you're essentially helping the Eagles out by moving him, aren't you?
That's the part that I felt was huge. I was like, Bears, don't do it. Don't do it, brothers. So
yeah.
But I think the other part I did hear of that, not just the Foles part, but they've got his old quarterback coach there as well, eh?
That's true,
With John DeFilippo. I was like, that provides, not just because the Bears are a decent team, but if they've got a coach that he's worked with. I was like, that seems like a home run. If they can make the money work or whatever. So I was like, okay, great.
Yeah, agreed. I think just talking about the Colts quickly, I don't want to see him at the Colts. I want Andrew Luck back. I miss that guy.
Wow. And, are you following his wife on Instagram again?
I mean, having lived in Indianapolis, I very much keep an eye on the Colts, and Andrew Luck was just great for that city. So, yeah, I mean, let's see how that turns out.
Let's all hope and pray that Lucky actually comes back. It would be great to see him playing again.
Exactly.
That'd be fantastic. Who's next on our list there, DA?
Deshaun Watson. Now, we've got 3 landing spots for him.
The never-ending saga. The never-ending
saga. I bet everyone wants to get out of Houston. I mean, you just look at the little graphic we've got up here on screen at all the pro athletes that have just left. It's ridiculous. So,
apparently a great place to live, except for athletes.
So we've got 3 landing spots for Watson. We've got Miami, the Jets, and the 49ers. Rob, what's your take?
I know we've looked at this over the last week, and the more that we look into it, like all of these spots have something that appeals, not just lifestyle or no income tax, but Miami's sunny. It's got a defense. It's got, a good team around them. Jets has New York. It gets to build its own team with a new coach. They've got draft picks. The Niners has a set defense if they can keep them. They're not trading too much away for Watson, and they can keep that core team. But I'm still going to stay with the Jets, mainly because we don't want to mess around with Tua, but we go to the Jets and then we can move Darnold on to his new placement, So keep him take him to the Jets. They keep a few draft picks. They get their team together and they help Robert Saleh out. And I really want to see Robert Saleh do well. So that's maybe a heart pick to see if Robert Saleh gets Deshaun Watson, and they're going to be extremely productive. But as you say, quarterbacks go to New York to die. So please, Deshaun, don't do that. Please break the mold. Please break the mold.
Yeah.
And prove Robert Saleh the star that he is.
Yeah. So, okay, then if Watson does go to the Jets, obviously that means that Sam Darnold's got to find a new home. Now, I think it's fair to say that Sam Darnold's a great quarterback, but I don't think he's lived up to the expectation. And I actually don't put that on Sam Darnold. I put that on the Jets, the organization of the Jets, because, I think they've done very little to support him. And they have just been the whipping boy of the AFC and the AFC East for the last couple of years. So, I don't think that there will be a lot of suitors out there for Darnold, but I reckon that if Watson goes to the Jets, I think the easy place, the easy landing spot is probably going to be the Texans.
Yep. Yeah.
Or my second pick for Sam Darnold, I've got the Eagles, but we know that Wentz is staying, so it's going to be the Bears.
That's a nice smoky pick you got there, DA. That's a good smoky.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Yeah. I like watching Darnold play as well, but I wouldn't want to wish he wouldn't want to play the Cowboys twice in a year. Oh, that's just dangerous.
Yeah. Well, the quarterback we don't have down here is Dak Prescott, and that's a foregone conclusion that he's going to the Washington football team. So
stop confusing the public. He's not going anywhere. He just tweeted yesterday or the other day with Blake Jarwin that he's going to run it back again. So I'm with him.
Yeah, let's hope he can run.
That's a concrete decision, mate. Jerry, get his contract, get him to sign, and we're good. So, like you said, easy pick, Darnold to the Texans, and then we're like, okay, that's cool. Who else have we got?
Jimmy G.
Oh, is Jimmy G coming home, DA?
Well, if you believe reports, yes, that's the truth. He's coming back to New England.
Are you putting out those reports?
No. It was actually my old mate, Adam Schefter, who said that.
Yes. Good lad.
I'm unsure about Jimmy G. I believe, this stat's probably wrong, but the season the 49ers went to the Super Bowl, singular. Jimmy G threw the ball how many times? Like 9 times? Up to the NFC Championship game. So
we've checked that stat many times and we just still can't believe it.
Yeah, it's horrendous. It would be great for Belichick to win a Super Bowl with Jimmy G to kind of prove Brady wrong. But I'm unsure. Jimmy G's great because he gets the ball out quickly. That's what Bill likes. He likes quarterbacks.
Think and dunk.
Yeah, and I think
especially
that's great
when you don't have the deep threats. You don't have any deep threats right now. So think and dunk is what you need.
Yeah,
and you know what I really like? I think Jimmy G would be great for you. And the thing that I do love about it, as if Bill gets him back and wins with him. Take that, TB. Take that.
Yeah,
right? And it'll be beautiful. That's the part I most want to see.
Yeah.
But who's already at the Patriots, DA?
Well, we've got Jarrett Stidham. Well, I think Jarrett Stidham's going to stay.
Apparently he's going to start next season, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Let's not forget that he was being touted as the starter before Cam Newton came in, and now they're talking about drafting someone else. So,
marketing masterpiece.
Yeah, but I think you were referring to Cam Newton, and I think it's an interesting one for Cam Newton because I think that he could be quite competitive. and going up against the Cowboys legend and Tony Romo in the CBS reporting broadcasting team.
Ooh.
But no, in all seriousness, I think that Cam Newton leaves the Patriots, and I think he could be a good backup somewhere, but I think if he wants to start, I think his best option is probably going to the Washington football team.
Yeah, good shout. Good shout.
But people link him and Ron Rivera together. I mean, if you watch All or Nothing, in that season when they were with the Panthers, I felt like that relationship was a little bit frayed, and it wasn't like Ron Rivera wanted to bring in Cam Newton last season when he signed with Washington.
Yeah, true. Okay, fair enough.
Where do you think he goes to?
I think it was an old smoky. I'm one of those people that you speak of, leaning on that relationship rather heavily. That Ron Rivera, Cam Newton had his best seasons under Ron. Can they spark up that relationship again? Because it's not like there's a Washington football team has their own carousel going on between Alex and Kyle Allen and Heineke. And Heineke actually just inked the 2-year deal because he looked, one game he actually looked pretty sharp. So I could see him going there.
They almost beat the Bucks. I mean, Heineke almost led them to beat the Bucks.
They got the closest? You could almost say that they almost got the closest.
Yeah.
Could you imagine that boil over? I would actually like it. I would like him to match up with Ron because I think it's a better story. Otherwise, Cam's out of the league. I think Cam would be out of the league, but that's a great watch and see space. So
I think that whole carousel's a very good watch and see space.
Yeah, mate. So 1 second. So how far are we removed from the Super Bowl? Are we a week and a little bit?
Yeah, a week.
What an action pick off season already, eh? Bloody Lord.
I cannot wait for the new season to start.
I heard it was 205 days or something.
I can't wait. I cannot wait.
We've got a full airtime here. We better dip into some other sports.
Yeah. So, Rob, another name who isn't a QB, but he once was probably the MVP of the league is JJ Watt. Where's JJ Watt going other than the Patriots?
I have a list here of things, and I want you to chime in as soon as. But I had number one as I had the Steelers. Steelers were chucked up. Not too sure about actually winning a title there, but he gets to play with his two brothers, Derek and TJ Watt. So I was like, mate, huge. What else do you want to do? Be in the same city with your brothers. They're extremely close. That was great. Second I had is the Packers. And the Packers are in Wisconsin. He's from Wisconsin. That's his home team. So why not go back there, play with Aaron Rodgers, and play with them, give them even more of a pass rush with the two Smiths that are up there as well. So that seemed like a great idea. Then I had three. He had the Titans. And the Titans, he used to have Mike Vrabel at the Texans as well. So Mike Vrabel was a fantastic line coach and defensive coach for him. So there's a great connection. Texans, they can't defend a parked car. So, the Titans can't defend the parked car right now. So JJ's only going to help that situation. And they've, a perennial playoff team right now behind King Henry. Four, I had the Buccaneers. Everybody wants to win. Get on the TB12 train. If they can't re-sign Shaq Barrett because he's too expensive, chuck in JJ at a discount. And JJ go and have some fun in the sun, my man. Sounds like a great idea. Old Smokey, I just heard today, was the Browns. Browns, could challenge for a title. He could go pair up with Myles Garrett, and they've got cap space. So they could pay him a better coin. Yeah. And you know what? If you ain't playing with your brothers, you might as well play them twice in a year. Woo!
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like too bad.
Yeah. And number six,
which option do you like?
What do I like from? I think that JJ Watt should go and play with his brothers in Pittsburgh. That's what I think.
How cool does that sound, Dave?
I think that would be amazing.
How cool does that sound?
I really do.
Come on.
So I mean that's the NFL focus for this evening. Rob, what else is going on in the world of sport quickly?
DA, fantastic. Now let's just quickly touch on the Australian Open because it's coming up to the ultimate end of the weekend. Now we're into the second week. Finals are throughout this week. We've got the quarters and semis and we've got the final on the weekend, which we'll touch on in our next episode. But right now we have a couple of old smokies that are happening. We have an unqualified or a guy who just qualified for the tournament. His name is Karatsev, a Russian who's just come in. And he's continuing a dream run where he gets to actually face Djokovic in the semi-finals. Now, a qualifier making the semi-finals against a perennial best right now. Come on now, we're all backing the slab. And since I'm a personal Federer fan, I can't wait for Djokovic to get knocked over. Love you, Djokovic. Love watching you play, my man. But hey, Federer's the heart pick. So Karatsev playing on Thursday. Great way. Can't wait to see him play. Next we have, this is the great NFL league because there's Jessica Pegulia as well. Now she just qualified for the tournament. Now she's into the quarterfinals, and that name might sound familiar, but that is because she's the daughter of the Bills ownership as well, the Pegulias who own the Bills. And you might remember from Josh Allen being the old smoky quarterback, but now she's gone in to a quarterfinal position. So hopefully she goes well, and that could be a nice story for the NFL as well. Then we have the two Golden Girls in the Australian Open. We have Naomi Osaka and Serena Williams, who face off in the semi-final contest. Now, that was always going to be a beauty. I'm a Bob Beach fan. I always love to see greatness. So, up Serena, and hope, maybe the young upstart can get it done. And we have to touch on this beauty. The Six Nations European rugby tournament has kicked off as well. We're 2 weeks deep. It's a bob each way on each team. It's a tough competition as they lead into a bye week. So we'll touch on that as we continue through this process as it gets closer to the end. That's what's happening in the wide world of sports there, dear.
Thank you, Rob. So touching on the Pop-Tarts, frosted chocolatey churro. I'm not going to lie, I've got a quarter of one left, and I bloody loved these. It was absolutely delicious, and I wasn't expecting to. I'm a big Pop-Tarts fan in general. They typically all taste the same, but this one is actually really good. I don't know if you can see, but quite defined chunks of sugar on there, sugar crystals. Delicious. Rob, what did you reckon?
I'm glad I had my first experience with you, DA, because these are damn delicious. Whether they're toasted or they're not toasted. Yeah. Oh man, I couldn't get enough actually. So this calorific morsel is a bit of a dangerous situation. So thanks for putting me on this track. So,
No problem. You can, as Rob alluded to, you can toast them, you can have them raw, or you can even put them in the freezer. Is how some people enjoy them. Wow. We will be doing Pop-Tarts will be a regular thing on the show going forward. We've got pumpkin pie flavored Pop-Tarts coming up soon, so we'll let you know when that's happening.
Fantastic, team. Thank you everyone for joining in. Hope you enjoyed our show with our chocolatey churros, Pop-Tarts, and you hope you enjoyed our QB Carousel, JJ Watt, and what's happening around the world. If you like this episode, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and leave a comment below what you'd like to see, or anything else you want us to do in the future. On our next episode, we will be reviewing Reese's Puffs. Now, I'm absolutely fizzing about this one because I have tried this cereal previously, and it is the first cereal that I won't be trying for the first time, and it is an absolute treat. Plus, we're welcoming on 2 special guests, so we can't wait for that episode, team. Have a great one, eh?